Oshkosh Media is government programming on GovTV, community programming on Life TV, and community radio on Oshkosh FM 101.9.
Welcome to the City Manager's Report, a look at city updates and a preview of the next Oshkosh Common Council meeting agenda.
And thanks for joining us for this edition of the City Manager's Report. I'm Andy Radig, and in a moment we'll be joined by City Manager Rebecca Grill. In the first half of today's program, we'll have some municipal news updates, as well as some items of note from the upcoming Tuesday, June 24th Oshkosh Common Council meeting agenda. In the second half, we'll be joined by Emma Zingileski of the city's Planning Services Division to learn about the Great Neighborhoods program. And with that, we bring in our city manager, Rebecca Grill. Rebecca, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, we have a lot to cover today. There's quite a bit. And we just wanted to especially make note of a few highlights that are important for our residents to know. One of those relating to the 4th of July celebration at Menominee Park, that the fireworks program is actually being launched from a new location this year.
Yes, it'll be launched from Ames Point in Menominee Park. As you mentioned, it's a new location. The Festival Foods Fireworks Show, they're supporting that this year. There'll also be a food truck rally from 3 to 10, and there'll be 20 food trucks there.
Right, that's great. And those food trucks will be scattered all around the north end of Menominee Park. This diagram actually shows those different colored locations there where the food trucks are almost arranged in like food courts where there'll be several together in local little spots there.
Yeah, surrounding the whole park.
Right.
So very convenient for people.
Right. And, visitors are also welcome to take advantage of all the amenities of Menominee Park. Menominee Park has quite a bit to offer, but especially on the 4th, there's a lot there as well. Like I know that the Children's Amusement Center will be open too.
It'll be open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., as well as the zoo will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Right.
And there's also a 4th of July parade.
That's right. The 4th of July parade begins at 9 a.m. and it starts at the Oshkosh Convention Center and heads north on Main Street to Irving Avenue and then east on Irving to Menominee Park. So just a little plug here also that Oshkosh Media will be recording the parade and will be posting it for viewing later in the day. So we encourage folks to view that if they're not able to make it in person, and we're glad to provide that service. Also, as long as we're talking about parks, just a couple of items of note that we wanted to make additionally is that the Brews by the Waterside also will be taking place, and we have an upcoming event for that as well.
That'll be on June 25th from 5 to 9 at Rainbow Memorial Park, and music will be by Kitty Corona.
Right, and just a note there that, as you mentioned, that is at Rainbow Memorial Park. So the last one was at Menominee Park. This particular one is over at Rainbow Memorial Park on June 25th. And then also the Parks Department has another concert series that has been very well received, and that is the Live at the Leach, the free Tuesday night concert series. And they have one coming up. It's actually coming up in July. On
July 15th, it'll be open at 5:30. There'll be food trucks, family fun, music by American Platinum, and the hours are from 6 to 9 p.m.
Perfect. Yeah, so definitely a lot to take advantage of. We also just wanted to pass along a few reminders for our residents that due to the 4th of July holiday, there will be a few closures, and one of which is that there will be no garbage or recycling collection on Friday, July 4th, and Friday's collection will take place on Saturday, July 5th. And there are a few other items as well.
Yes, additionally, the Yard Waste Drop-Off Center on 3rd Avenue will be closed on the 4th of July. Go Transit will not be operating on July 4th. And City Hall, the library, and the museum are also closed on July 4th.
Right, right. So just keep those items in mind, that there are some items, some city services will not be available on July 4th, but things will resume as normal on the following Monday. All right, Rebecca. Well, I think at this point we will transition over to taking a look at a few items of note from the Oshkosh Common Council meeting agenda. And that meeting is on Tuesday, June 24th at 6 p.m. at City Hall. And that will be televised on GovTV on our various streaming platforms, as well as on the radio on 101.9 FM. So it looks like it's actually quite a lengthy agenda, but I don't know if that necessarily translates to a long meeting, but there are quite a few items.
Yes. Oh, you're not supposed to talk about that. We'll have to knock on wood. We don't want
I suppose
long meetings, but
I suppose you're right. You're right. You never know.
no, you do never know. So one of the items on there is the approval of playground design and installation for Pickert Park. So we're really excited about this. This is in a newer subdivision that's on the west side, and the council will be approving the professional services agreement with Lee Recreation, and there's a variety of different items that will be installed.
Mm-hmm, right, and a lot of those features are for different age groups. So there are some structures for ages 5 through 12, and then also even the youngins age 2 through 5, as well as some other different features there. So looks like a great neighborhood park, plenty of equipment for all ages, and looks like a good way to spend some time with family there.
Right, there's also going to be some STEM play areas with panels that have for STEM play. There's going to be a giant custom chair. You can see that in the middle of the graphics. Multiple swing sets, which are always popular. Mm-hmm. So we're really excited about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is, as you had mentioned, this is a brand new park in the Pickert subdivision, which is off of 9th Street on the far west side. So the diagram there sort of indicates the specific location for it. But yeah, definitely it's a beautiful new subdivision, and this will be a beautiful new park to go along with it there. So looking for an approval of the playground equipment for Pickert Park. All right, and then also I believe we're still in the consent agenda. We have an entire page full of special events. So we are definitely in the middle of our special event season. Just one of those just happens to be the Downtown Business Improvement District. They're having their chalk walk.
Yeah, it's set to take place on August 2nd with a rain date of the 9th. Yes, it'll be held in Market Street and Opera House Square.
Mm-hmm. Right. That is another event that happens every year, and great to see that return. There are a number of events ranging from some block parties to downtown events to other parts of the city. So plenty of events that are coming up. Just a side note that we do have the Let's Talk Events podcast that Oshkosh Media produces, along with Kathy Snell from our special events coordinator for the city. And we do talk about a lot of these different events, and especially how the events impact local residents in terms of road closures and things to be mindful of as these things occur. So check out that podcast. Then let's see, also Rebecca, we have some, an additional special event actually for the Jazz Festival.
Yeah, that'll be in the 400 block of North Main Street. It's the Oshkosh Jazz Festival. Will be held on August 23rd, 2025.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know that has taken place before. Successful event. Folks can enjoy music in Oshkosh of any type, and jazz is one of those. And it's great to have a jazz fest, especially in the downtown area. So that's a wonderful addition. Let's see. Looking further down the agenda, I know that we are getting to the budget season, so yeah. I think you will be a very busy person as we get into that.
Yes.
So if you can tell us just a little bit about what's coming up.
Sure. We're going to have a workshop on Wednesday with the council. We're going to talk about the operating budget and also the capital improvements project budget. We'll be giving an overview of that. We're going to have subsequent workshops and more information. It will be a very challenging year with the budget, just with current things that have happened with last year, and then also some decisions that were made by the state legislature. So really encourage people to tune in and find out more about the process and just what we're facing this year.
So is this meeting your first look at the budget proposal then?
With the council, yeah.
With the council.
We've been working on the capital components of that for a month or so. I'm sure the departments have been working on it for much longer.
Yes.
Budget season is quite the long seasons for municipalities, so we'll be working on this well through the middle of November before the council finally considers the final budget.
Okay, all right. So a lot of pieces to take a look at, and
yes,
and definitely a lot of different moving pieces with all of it as well. So so appreciate the update on that, and we will also be televising those budget workshops on Oshkosh Media, so you can stay in touch with what's taking place with the budget and the discussions that ensue. All right, well, I believe that is what we have for the beginning of the program today with the agenda. And if you would please stay with us, we'll take a short break. Stay with us for, we'll have a little discussion about the Great Neighborhoods program. And Emma will be coming on to join us from the Planning Services Division to learn more about that. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry, I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
And welcome back to the City Manager's Report. I'm Andy Radig, along with City Manager Rebecca Grill, and we're now joined by Emma Zingileski, I hope I got your name correct there, of the city's Planning Services Division, and we're going to find out more about the Great Neighborhoods program and what that's all about. So welcome, Emma, and this really sounds like quite a great program for the city.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. So the 2025 Great Neighborhoods program cycle is open to active recognized neighborhood associations within the city. And the Great Neighborhoods program is funded by the city's capital improvement program. And it is designed to enhance the image, increase marketability, and improve physical conditions within Oshkosh neighborhoods. And these are all projects that are done within the public right-of-way or public property. So this gives neighborhoods the opportunity to collaborate with city staff to make their ideas come to life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like it's really an opportunity for a lot of different types of projects as well.
Yep. So we do have a wide variety of projects that neighborhoods are looking to do every year. One successful project is Midtown did utility box wrap arts, and they received funding to do these wraps on 3 utility boxes within their neighborhoods. So in conjunction with Art City, the neighborhoods worked to beautify these utility boxes, one using historic photos and one to use their logo and provide some placemaking.
Mm-hmm. I've seen those around town. That's quite a clever way to improve the look of a mundane utility box. So,
yes.
And are these projects especially centered around the neighborhood associations in their specific areas?
Yep, a lot of the projects that they are looking to do is to either show off their logos or any landmarks in their neighborhoods or important natural features they have in their neighborhoods, just a lot of creative ideas.
Mm-hmm.
How many neighborhood associations do we have?
So we're up to 26 recognized neighborhood associations.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And did you have any other examples of some of the successful projects that have taken place?
Yeah, so a more recent one last year, the Corey Park Neighborhood Association received funding to do some marigold plantings along Corey Park. And they called this terrace actually Corey Park Golds. I believe they did those plantings just last month with the Parks Department, and if you haven't yet, definitely get out and see those. They're very beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I believe we have a few others too. I think, let's see, the Stevens Park Rain Barrels was another one.
Yep. So they receive funding for the rain barrels to help their community gardens and allow neighbors the opportunity to keep those watered. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any others that you'd like to highlight at all, or?
One that I really like is the Bentwoods Green Space, because that was my former neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They installed a concrete path, an ADA compliant picnic table, and some plantings. And I think they're looking to still install some more vegetation and other ways for the neighborhood to utilize that space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you had mentioned about being part of a recognized neighborhood association to apply, and we did see the map there for a second, but we could probably take a look again, and if you have some more information about how that process works.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, there are 26 recognized neighborhoods, and a lot of times neighbors come together if they have an idea that they would like to see in their neighborhood, or they may come together. They all have like a similar issue that they want to discuss and collaborate on, and they work with actually Greater Oshkosh Healthy Neighborhoods administers the neighborhood association program, so they work with them to create their neighborhood, and these neighborhoods host annual events, they host cleanup days, a lot of wide varieties of ways to get to know your neighbors.
Sure. And are there ways, actually, just a side note, are there ways that people can investigate starting a neighborhood association if they're not in a current designated neighborhood association?
Yep, so I would say neighbors should reach out to Greater Oshkosh Healthy Neighborhoods just to see how they can start. They also can reach out to our department, and we can help put them in touch as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and I think it draws neighbors together. It helps with a lot of different things in those neighborhoods. Not to mention all of these opportunities for improvements and projects like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I know that there's a timeline for this. You mentioned that the application cycle is currently open. And if you could tell us a little bit more about what the timeline is.
Yeah, so this year the application opened up in April, actually on Greater Oshkosh Healthy Neighborhood Spring Rally. There was a presentation to neighbors then, just getting them excited and letting them know funding was available. And we're in the current time period now where if neighborhood associations have those ideas, they are required to do like a pre-submittal meeting with staff and go over those ideas. During this time period as well, a lot of neighbors hold these annual meetings where they vote on if they want to move forward with these ideas or not. And these applications will be due on July 18th of this year. And then after that date, we'll take from July until roughly September to review those projects. And all the necessary city departments will need to review the projects. So for example, like the utility box wraps will bring in transportation just to make sure that there is no issues with like traffic signal colors. We bring parks in for parks projects. So anything from like new playground equipment or vegetation, we'll need to meet with Parks Department, sometimes the Department of Public Works. After everything is good and these neighborhoods have been informed that their application looks good, the review team scores the applications. So the review team consists of, we have 2 neighborhood association members who sit on that review team, and a lot of times we make an announcement at the Alliance meeting and neighbors can volunteer. It's important to note that they cannot be one of the neighborhoods that has an application. And then there's 1 Parks Department representative, 1 staff person from Public Works, and 1 from Community Development. And then once those are scored, if it's looking good, they'll go to Common Council in hopefully late fall for consideration of approval.
Okay. Do you typically see quite a number of applications, or how is that? How does that work? Have there been, let's say, more applications as the program has become more popular, or some insight?
Right, yeah, so it depends, I think, year to year. I think now we have some really great active neighborhoods, and we have a fairly new neighborhood who's really excited to have access to this funding. So it's great to see more applications. We want to reward, more neighborhoods than just a couple. So I would say we're hoping for a few. Yeah, they really like to take advantage of this opportunity.
It's a great opportunity for them to promote the neighborhood and just the community.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, and it's really something that opens up possibilities that really otherwise would maybe not have been a possibility.
Exactly.
For certain features and updates, and I think it's also a source of neighborhood pride as well.
Yes.
So it's really a great thing all around. And just offhand, do you remember how long the program has been in place? Just a guess?
I would say probably around a decade or so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And it seems like that's about right. I remember seeing some of these additional features pop up probably in that time frame. So, and before that, these possibilities didn't exist. So it's really great to have this opportunity.
How many applications would be approved from year to year? I know it depends based on the funding and what they're asking for, but what is the average that have been approved?
I would say depending on funding, I think currently we have funding where I have not seen us say no. It also really depends on how much neighborhoods are asking for. So some of the smaller projects, if there's several smaller projects, they're most likely going to get approved. Some on the bigger end, like playground equipment, that might be a larger conversation.
But definitely they should get in touch because there's an opportunity for them.
Yes, definitely.
And you mentioned about a review process, and I think we touched on some of it, but just to touch again on the process for review of the applications.
Yep, so like I said, neighbors are involved in that process along with staff, and there's actually a score sheet that we recommend when neighbors are filling out their application to use that to guide them through. There's different points associated to possibly neighborhood benefits, if they've received funding in previous years. There's some bonus questions about, that if they had received funding in previous years, or if they're located in like a low to moderate income area. There's just probably like 20 scoring criteria that we'll score those applications based off of.
Yeah, so really you have a lot of different items to look at, and then also, as you had mentioned, taking a look to make sure that everything meets code and those different requirements as well. But once everything is good according to code, it really can make a nice difference for the neighborhoods. Would there be any other advice that you would offer to residents that might be, maybe kind of thinking about an idea, or what action they could take to move their idea forward.
Right. I would say contact staff as soon as you have some ideas and just talk it through, because they might not be aware of possible obstacles in the way, or they may think that there are obstacles, but maybe they have the opportunity to move forward with something. So we are here to help, and I guess that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Do you work quite a bit with the neighborhood associations and maybe Oshkosh Healthy Neighborhoods as well?
Yep. So I'm one of the planners who helps assist on the city side of things. So when neighbors are leaning on us for some information about possibly houses that were recently for sale, looking at maybe new neighbors that have come to their neighborhoods, if they have concerns of something going on, they usually reach out to us as well. But we're really there to just keep them informed on all of the programs that our department has available, and they're the best group to disseminate that information.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we're taking a look at the website here. What resources might you suggest for residents that would like to learn more information?
Yeah, definitely visit the website. I would say I would contact their executive director, who is Liz. She would be able to help you out. They do have some programs and events and active calendar on there that shows when these all neighborhood association meetings are occurring, if you really want to get involved and learn more.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you could just recap for us again the basics of what the program is again, real quickly, and a little bit of background about who might apply for these funds.
So again, the Great Neighborhoods program is CIP funded, and it is a program that is initiated and successful because residents and neighborhoods come together with ideas. And it is intended to strengthen the neighborhoods in Oshkosh and that are working forward toward improving and revitalizing their areas. And again, the applications are due July 18th. So if you are part of a recognized neighborhood and you want to learn more, please contact city staff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. And I believe we did have that email up before. planning@oshkoshwi.gov can get our residents in touch with somebody who can assist with this. And they can probably call your office as well.
Yep.
So, okay. Rebecca, any other questions about our topic of neighborhood associations and great neighborhoods?
I was just going to mention with the Healthy Neighborhoods Association, you can subscribe to their newsletter, which is also on the bottom of their website, which I've done. So I've been learning more about that through the newsletter. So it's a good way to keep apprised of things down on the right side there.
Perfect. Okay, I will do that myself. But I also work a lot with the city's social media, and I know that the neighborhood associations and Oshkosh Healthy Neighborhoods are very active on social media, so you can really find out a lot about what's going on with them by just keeping tabs on their Facebook pages and just learning a little bit more that way as well. So plenty of opportunities to learn more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this time of the year is when they are most active. So a lot of block parties are occurring, rummage sales. A lot of times you just walk around the city and meet your neighbors.
It's great. We have neighborhood night out coming up too. So a lot of different opportunities for our neighbors to connect and actually improve their neighborhoods through programs like this. Well, we really thank you, Emma, for coming on and telling us about the program. It looks like it's a very exciting thing for our residents, and happy to learn more about it.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah. And Rebecca, thanks for joining us as well, and for all your insights into the upcoming meeting. And we thank you as well for joining us today. We appreciate you taking the time and for learning more about your local city government. Again, that Common Council meeting is coming up at 6 p.m. this Tuesday. That's June 24th at City Hall, 215 Church Avenue. You can watch that live on GovTV, which is Spectrum Channel 10, UVerse Channel 99, and streaming on YouTube and OshkoshMedia.org. Also, you can listen on the radio on Oshkosh FM 101.9, which is also online and on the TuneIn Radio app for phones and tablets. You can also use your favorite TV streaming device, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV. Just search for the Oshkosh Media app. So please join us again in 2 weeks for another City Managers Report. Thanks for joining us.